of interest in the Zomato IPO, and the kind of demand that is expected is also very good. So it definitely, sets the trend. It is definitely going to set the trend for all the new age IPOs which are going to come, like Paytm, etc. So yes, the performance of Zomato IPO will be important. And going by the way, it looks like there's going to be a lot of demand for the IPO given the interest. So hopefully it should be a good performance, and it should have a positive impact on most of the other new age tech companies which are planning to list on the exchanges later during the year. Well, we really don't think so that there's going to be too much of a difference as in the way people view some of these your FMCG and retail, specifically on the FMCG side, because FMCG is more FMCG companies will not be typically be competing with some of these new age tech companies. Yes, one can say that the organized retail format which we are used to in India, probably there is going to be some sort of a competition between some of these new age tech companies and some of these traditional retailing company which typically have physical presence. So for FMCG companies, it will really not matter too much, because at the end of the day, they are manufacturers of products, and most of these new age tech companies are distributors of products. That's one thing. On the retail space, on the organized retail space, we don't think so that there is going to be too much of a difference immediately, because India, as we all know, is still is in a it's still a growing economy, and the traditional retail, the way it is, what we see predominantly those traditional retail companies in malls, etc. So there is of course enough space for both of them, for both the traditional retail model as well as the new age tech companies to grow. So while in the long run, yes, there is going to be an impact on traditional retail companies because of these new age tech companies, but in the short run, we really don't think so it's going to have too much of an impact. And the performance of the traditional retailing companies will depend more upon the progress on the vaccination front, and how soon the economy is opened up back to its pre-COVID level. See, Zomato, if you look in the initial few years, they were in a cash burn kind of a stage. They were burning a lot of cash. So, if you look between FY18 to FY20, the company had grown exponentially, but so had the losses. The losses had also grown. They were incurring a loss of over 2,000 crore. But however, over the past 1 year, if you look due to the COVID-19 pandemic in FY21, there was a 23% kind of a degrowth in top line for the company. But despite that, EBITDA losses reduced significantly from almost 2,300 crore to 800 odd crore. So because of tight cost control and better unit economics, and of course growth is expected to rebound very sharply in FY22 and FY23. So we do expect that this cash burn will keep going down, and hopefully the company should be able to turn to stage a turnaround in FY23, if not earlier. So, and that is a model, if you look, that has historically been the cases globally. In the initial few years of operations, these companies they burn a lot of cash in order to gain the market share. But once you have gained the market share, like in India, it's right, presently it's a duopoly kind of a situation with Zomato and Swiggy being there. So right now they have achieved critical mass, and from here on, they will not need to burn cash in order to grow. So we do think that markets, will take cognizance of this fact. From a valuations perspective, also probably it's trading at almost at around 29, I think 29 and a half times FY21 price to sales, because traditional matrices like price to earnings ratio will not work. So clearly on this, it might seem expensive. I mean, it's at a premium to some of the globally comparable peers, but FY21 is an aberration, because there was a sharp drop in top line, because specifically in the first half, because of the first COVID wave and the lockdowns. So this year top line growth should be pretty healthy. If you look by Q4, they were already, the gross merchandise value was significantly above the pre-COVID levels. So from a valuation perspective, it might seem expensive based on historical, but if you start looking at a 2-year forward kind of a price to sales, then it's not exactly very expensive. On the contrary, our view is that this can really turn out, the Zomato can turn out to be a good long-term play, because like we said, valuations in the near term are looking expensive based on FY21 price to sales ratio. But as growth is expected to pick up, so if you start looking 3 or 4 years down the line, the kind of revenues that these kind of companies would generate, then they don't look expensive. Of course, even if you look at probably on a FY23 basis, price to sales basis, it might be slightly more expensive as compared to some of the other global peers. But Zomato is a great long-term story, and therefore will sort of command a premium to some of these other global players. But while there can be some amount of listing gains, Zomato, given the kind of interest that we are seeing, but more than a short-term play, we on the contrary believe that Zomato is a great long-term play, and it can be a significant wealth creator in the longer run. I think there could be a couple of concerns. I mean, on the regulatory front, if the government brings in certain regulations which sort of caps the commission on what kind of commissions they charge the restaurants, because see, to a large extent the kind of revenues that they generate is a function of your gross merchandise value and the kind of commissions that they take from your the restaurants, the restaurant partners. So that is sort of one risk, but that is true in any sort of business. The regulatory risk is there in any sort of business, and I believe the key other risk will be in the form of competition, because right now it's a duopoly business. We do have only Zomato and Swiggy which are there, but in the future, if some of the larger players like Amazon, who's already started a lot of pilot projects, so the biggest threat probably, if you ask me, can come from maybe some of these larger players like Amazon, if they are able to really start, if they start burning cash and really start to scale up the business, then they can you never know that at some point of time they can pose to be a serious competitor to Zomato and Swiggy, and that, if you ask me, that will probably be the key risk.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.